Hello, everyone. Welcome back to A Couple of Brain Cells. I'm Amelia.
And I'm Kyle.
This is a podcast all about the significant moments in pop culture and internet history that Kyle has missed and that I've been too chronically online for. Before we start, I do want to address the fact that I can't speak well. I can't say the word internet on the internet podcast.
You can't say internet?
Internet.
Internet.
I have an accent.
Is it the Californian?
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah. So you're not going to say anything about the internet on the internet podcast?
And you're not even saying it right.
Internet.
Internet.
The internet.
The internet. On the internet podcast.
Yeah, that one.
That's how these hoes want me to say it. Anyways. Today, we're covering the infamous Don't Worry Darling production and all the drama that came with it. Just a warning, this episode may contain some spoilers for the movie, so I also don't want to hear any of that. We are also going to be talking about some heavier topics, such as domestic violence. So if you can't handle that today, feel free. You can skip this. We'll see you in the next one. In preparation for this episode, Kyle and I watched the movie the other day. I rewatched it. You watched it for the first time.
Yep.
What did you think?
I thought it was fine. I thought they were trying to be bigger than it was. There was parts where I thought it was interesting, and there was parts where I was confused. There was parts where I thought it was good. There were parts where you could see it was just a passion project and somebody was really trying to show something that didn't really work in this movie. You know, they really wanted to share an image that just wasn't there.
So you felt like it wasn't, like, developed, essentially.
I think somebody had their shot to make a movie. And I don't really know how this stuff works, but I think they tried to put everything they could into it. That they could, even though it didn't belong in it.
Okay. My criticism is very similar, where I felt like they were trying to do a lot all at once. And it just didn't really come together. Well, if you have not seen this movie, like I said, there's gonna be spoilers, but also here's the IMDb description of the movie. While her husband leaves home every day to work in a top-secret facility, a young 1950s housewife begins to question her life when she notices strange behavior from the other wives in the neighborhood. Do you feel like that's a good description?
That's a good, 2-sentence description, sure.
Yeah. I'm really excited to hear, because I watched it while all this stuff was happening around it. So I'm really excited to hear, your take on, all the chaos that was happening around it. So we'll just jump right in. So in July of 2019, Deadline, do you know what Deadline is?
I'm guessing it's a producer or something.
Deadline is the main publication for all of the movie news. So casting announcements, everything goes on Deadline essentially. But they announced that 18 studios were entering a huge bidding war for a script that Olivia Wilde was attached to star and direct in. Do you know who Olivia Wilde is?
I've heard the name. I'm sure I'm not the best with names in movies or media at all, but it does ring a name.
Ring a bell?
Is that like the fox from Zootopia?
Oh, Nick Wilde?
Yeah, they're related?
No relation. Okay. No relation. She's a major player in the story, so I feel like it's important for us to get to know her a bit. So I'll tell you a little bit about her life. She was born in 1984 in New York City. She's most well known for her roles in the TV shows House and The OC, but I think you know her best from her role in Tron Legacy as Cora. Cora?
Yep.
Cora. That's who she is.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
She comes from a family of journalists and writers. In recent years, she's been very vocal on a variety of political issues. She's really dedicated herself to speaking up on feminist issues, specifically. And I'm telling you, all of this will matter. She made her feature directorial debut in 2019 with the film Booksmart, which you have not seen, but I think you would really like that movie. It's a comedy movie about these two girls who are graduating and they're about to go off to college, but they've been like nerds their whole high school career, and they just want to go to like a party and like be young. It's pretty widely beloved and currently holds 96% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 3.7-star rating on Letterboxd. And that's a pretty good
That
rating.
movie or this movie?
That movie.
Okay.
That's a pretty good rating for Letterboxd. They're pretty mean over there. So when it comes back to the bidding war, New Line Cinema wins the bidding war. In later interviews, Olivia says that she turned down larger offers because New Line promised a theatrical release. We don't hear much for a while because of pre-production and all that stuff. And also, what happens at the start of 2020?
COVID.
Boo.
Did I win?
Yeah. Kind of got in the way of a lot of planning. However, in April 2020, we get our first casting announcement. So, you know some of the people that were in the movie. The first group announced is like the main leads. So, one of the first people announced, Florence Pugh, icon,
excellent,
my queen, she'll be playing the role of Alice. You best know her from Midsummer, also Thunderbolts recently, underrated Marvel film, in my opinion. One of the villains, Frank, is going to be played by Chris Pine, who you know as Captain Kirk from like the newer Star Trek movies, or he was in Princess Diaries too.
My favorite.
Yeah, period. Lastly, we have who will be playing Alice's husband, Jack, which is who, Kyle?
That British guy.
Say his
Watermelon sugar.
Say his name.
Again, we've been over this. I'm not very good with names. What is it? Harry Styles. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. I found it. I was looking.
So you're wrong. It was Shia LaBeouf.
Not British. Oh.
Shia LaBeouf was cast to play the role that Harry Styles plays.
Probably would have been better.
Interesting you say this. A little bit later, Dakota Johnson, who you may know from like 50 Shades of Grey, or she's the girl in the video that goes, actually, that's not the truth, Ellen. That leads to the downfall of Ellen, which we'll probably cover on this podcast. But she's tapped to play Frank's wife, the main villain guy's wife. But when that announcement came out, Florence actually posted an Instagram screenshot of the casting, and the caption reads, I'll read it for you now. At Olivia Wilde just tagged me in a picture, gasp number 1. At Olivia Wilde casted me in a film, gasp number 2. I can't say the word gasp.
That's okay.
At Olivia Wilde is my idol and allowed me to be part of this fecking, with an E, fecking, incredible cast. Shia, Chris, gasp number 3. I can't wait to join this project when all of this is over. Until then, mask up, gloves on, stay home, read script 17,000, I assume she means 17,000 times, but it doesn't say times, because you know it's at Olivia Wilde, # don't worry darling. So she's like pretty hyped. And I think everyone was pretty hyped, including me. I saw this announcement and I was like, Florence Pugh, anything she was doing, anything she does, I'm on board.
So did Olivia Wilde cast her own people, or did she use a casting director?
She's a casting director, but she does have a say.
Okay.
In who?
Because it's her story.
Yes.
And she's directing it.
Yes.
She's the director and the story, the writer.
She didn't write it. So there's something called the blacklist where people every year submit their scripts to it, and they're basically like they're uncommissioned. I don't know, is uncommissioned a word? Non-commissioned scripts. So people just write them and submit them, and then a lot of times people can buy off of that blacklist and then sell them to get actually made and stuff like that. So this started as a blacklist script, and then it was bought, and Olivia's is the director. There's a cat in the middle of the table.
That's okay.
So I shouldn't knock your things over.
Nope.
She's directing, and she's bringing in a separate writer to like do some rewrites on it. Also worth it to note that Olivia was originally supposed to play Alice. She was supposed to play Florence Pugh's role. But
Shia.
Huh?
With Shia.
Well, possibly. before Florence was cast, basically. Before
Okay.
anyone was
Okay. She was just
She
okay.
was the only one finalized to play the role. But Florence auditioned for the role of Alice's friend Bunny, which Olivia plays in the movie. They ended up swapping roles, essentially. And Olivia said she felt like it made more sense for the center couple to be younger.
They swapped her. Oh, was she in the movie?
Yes! She
No
plays
way.
Alice's best friend, the next door neighbor, who like knows what's going on.
Wow.
That's her.
Interesting.
She's just in a different. She just has different hair.
Makeup and a wig can really change someone.
You kept saying that too about Florence Pugh. You were like, she looks so different in this movie. I'm like, it's because her hair and her
I
makeup.
really buy into the setting.
The other cat's starting to scream.
That's fine.
Okay, so we do have to address the Shia in the room because there's a lot to talk about with him. So if you don't know who Shia LaBeouf is, he rose to fame as a child star on Disney Channel on the show Even Stevens. You didn't know he was in Even Stevens?
I knew that, and I thought his fame came from Transformers.
You know what? I feel like
Holes.
yeah, I also have written down and the movie Holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Iconic movie. Great movie. As an adult, he became more known for his roles in Transformers and Indiana Jones. Most importantly, culturally, to me, like my culture, my personal culture. Can you guess what I'm about to say right now?
No.
Something that he's done that's really important to me.
What, cried at the movies?
No, but maybe, yeah.
Like that meme photo of him crying at the movies?
He's not crying at the movies, he's crying at the play of the actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, gotcha.
He's the voice of Cody Maverick in Surf's Up.
Oh, that's right.
My favorite all-time movie, Surf's
Very
Up.
iconic.
It's very iconic. But it's painful for me also to talk about.
So you must have been heartbroken to find out that he didn't get this role.
Well, I've been kind of, I don't really care that much. I'm not a Shia LaBeouf stan.
Yeah, you are. You love Cody.
Please don't say this.
You love Cody.
No, I love Surf's Up.
You said Cody's you.
You're trying to get me fucking destroyed. Anyways, Cody is me. Cody's me, bro. At this point in time, he was maintaining a pretty successful career while generating lots of controversy in his public life. He was arrested multiple times for things like public intoxication, disorderly conduct, battery. He also did show up to the Berlin Film Festival, and as part of a performance art piece. In 2014, he put a bag on his head that said, "I'm not famous anymore." However, I think the notable event that people think about right now when they hear his name is the lawsuit filed by his ex-girlfriend, who's an English singer named FKA Twigs. I'm just going to touch on a small part of the lawsuit because it's really rough. So this is things get really messy, obviously, in relationships, and it's a very sad story, but I do feel like it's very relevant to this whole thing. The two date in 2018, they break up in June of 2019. Initially, there's a statement put out when they break up by their camp saying they're busy. Just generic, like, breakup statement. However, Twigs files a lawsuit in 2020 claiming that he abused her during their 9-month relationship. One of the claims being that he once slammed her into a car and tried to strangle her. He responded to the lawsuit saying that he had no excuse for his alcoholism or aggression and that he's sorry to anyone he's ever hurt because of that. Twigs later says in the interview that she feels like it's a miracle that she came out of that relationship alive. I will also note she did end up dropping the lawsuit in July of 2025. Their representatives said that they had just settled out of court privately. So things aren't great with him. Obviously, there's a lot going on there. Most recently, he was actually back in the news in February, a couple months ago, on battery charges during Mardi Gras. When asked about his arrests, he said, and I quote, "When I'm standing by myself and 3 gays are next to me touching my leg, I get scared. I'm sorry. If that's homophobic, then I'm that. Yeah." He also added, "I'll be honest, Big gay people scare me. Just a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. This was recently, not.
This
not
was in
that was
February.
okay.
Yeah. For the record, we're recording this in April of 2026, so not very long ago. So back to the film. Don't make any jokes. On September 11th, 2020.
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
It's actually not funny because I'm remembering.
Dude,
On September 11th, 2020, Shia leaves the project due to scheduling conflicts. And who takes over the role? Said it earlier.
Harry boy.
Harry Styles. Harry Styles of One Direction fame. Big deal for me. You can imagine the gag I was in about Florence and Harry being in a movie together.
I remember you told me
Yeah. It was Gag City.
You were very ecstatic.
Yes. And then the filming starts in October 2020, so he signs on like a month before. This part seemed...
Showed.
Huh?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Oh, it just said that it showed.
Right. Anyways, in November, it is revealed that Olivia Wilde and her fiance of 7 years, Jason Sudeikis, who's most well known for being on Ted Lasso. I have a hot take about Ted Lasso. I'm not gonna say it here, though. Should I just say it? I'm never gonna watch that shit. It looks too positive.
No,
Also well known for being on SNL. Well, anyways, they broke up. And I promise
Sad.
this actually has a purpose for me including this. They also have 2 kids together. Yeah, so long time relationship ending. That's sad. I personally feel like the actual drama kicks off in December of 2020. It comes out that Olivia actually fired Shia LaBeouf due to poor behavior and reports of him being difficult to work with. Also at this time, Olivia is on the cover of Vogue, and in her interview discusses the film a little bit, and she really highlights the use of intimacy in the film and how it shows off the experience of female pleasure, which is something that she says you don't get to see that often in media.
I think that's an interesting comment in her interview, knowing what the movie was.
Right? Thank you for clocking that. Right around the start of 2021, Olivia and Harry Styles are spotted holding hands at a wedding. And People magazine confirms the relationship and adds that it indeed did start on the set of Don't Worry, Darling. How do you think Harry Styles fans react to this, babe?
I think Harry Styles fans are always jealous to see if he's happy with another woman. I think they'd rather see him be single so they can fantasize themselves with him.
Mm-hmm.
And how much better they can be for him than that woman he's with. So I imagine they were very unhappy that he's with anyone.
Yeah, I would say you're right on the money about, it's a little bit of jealousy. It's almost a little bit of protectiveness as well, where you're like, that's my friend. Like, please don't do that. And some people thought it was actually a PR relationship because it was centered around the movie. So they're like, surely that must be why they're dating. In April of that same year, there's this very strange occurrence. Olivia attends an event called CinemaCon. And
Not TanaCon.
TanaCon, much more organized. CinemaCon is basically a movie theater industry like trade show. And oftentimes filmmakers will attend to promote their movies and talk to the theater owners, obviously to get more screens and things like that. And Olivia is doing just that. And while she's on stage, a person walks up to her on the stage. And I'm going to play this video for you now.
There's cars. This is for me, right now. This is very mysterious. I'm going to open it now because it feels like it's timely. Is it a script? Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you.
Those look like legal papers that she's being served.
Interesting that you say that, because I saw it. It was a pretty awkward interaction, and when I first saw it, I was like, oh, someone handed her, like, a script, like she says. But then she's, like, very, like, oh. You know, she's obviously taken aback. Well, shortly after the video begins circulating online, everybody's like, what's happening? It comes out that it was not a script, but indeed custody papers from her ex, Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah, I guess when you have to serve papers like that, it helps when you know where the person is. And if she's giving a panel, then
Exactly. So
well,
there's like a lot of chatter about whether he had his legal team like do this at an industry event on purpose or if they just needed to serve her and they just looked at where her next public appearance was and then did it there. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what the truth is.
imagine there's a couple guys who had to deliver this and they were laughing to each other like, what if we gave this to her when she's on stage? And then it became a quick dare. And well, one person won.
Maybe. Maybe. But either way, it was very awkward and it did not add to the positive or the quickly declining public kind of narrative around her. So the movie is set to premiere in September of 2022. Obviously, in the months before that, press is really starting to ramp up. There's lots of chatter. All these kind of things start coming to the surface. Little rumors begin popping up in like July that there's some sort of feud between Olivia and Florence. And in July, Olivia posts a photo on her Instagram of her watching Florence like act in the movie on a monitor. And she captions it, "Watching this woman work was such a fucking thrill. Cannot wait to show you at Florence Pugh at Don't Worry, Darling." So it seems like she's trying her best to shut down any rumors.
It seems like that, but it also seems like one of those comments that's backhanded if you read between the lines. Because a thrill could be many things. So to say it's a fucking thrill, I think would be could be really bad.
You're kind of on the same page. That's kind of how everybody was on the internet at this time because pretty much, at least the spheres I was in, were pretty sure that something was happening. The level at which something was happening was kind of all over the place, but something was going on. The rumors still are persisting as we move into August and as we start getting more and more teasers of the movie. And from the look of the first like trailers and teasers and everything, we're looking like a sexy, spooky, thrilling movie. Harry and Florence, like almost every teaser has him that scene where he's under her skirt. And she's enjoying it. So it looks like they're being super hot together. So obviously all of us are like, what?
I think there's a lot of play into who the people are in the roles rather than the roles themselves. Because it gives the advertisements, like you said, are about Harry Styles and Florence Pugh,
Yes.
and not at all to what their characters were.
Yeah. And I think the reception of the movie kind of shows how maybe that wasn't the best marketing strategy. But that was kind of the marketing, was Florence and Harry Styles kiss in this movie.
Yeah, because if they actually marketed the movie, they wouldn't have made their money back. So they had to market.
You don't think
Well, got people into theaters. Yeah, there's definitely some scenes like the eyeball stuff and the swimmers that if you saw ads about that on TV, you would question it the same way you walked out of the theater.
Oh.
Of what did I just watch?
Well, Florence has an interview with Harper's Bazaar magazine where she very blatantly states that the movie is more than just her sex scenes with Harry. This interview and the fact that Florence seemed to be no longer interacting with Olivia's Instagram posts, including the one that was about her, seems to just add more fuel to the fire. Everybody's like, there's a fight happening here.
I think the movie was more about the sex scenes than with Harry for her.
Mm-hmm.
Because her ability to act went beyond the sex scenes as well.
Mm-hmm.
While for other members of the cast, that might not be true.
For all the criticism that this movie got, Florence's acting was never in question.
No, so of course it's more than that to her.
Yeah.
Because she actually cared about the rest of the movie, while maybe her co-star might not have.
Or he had only ever done like one other movie before this, so there may have been a level of professionalism, or again just the marketing. She was like, "What is this? This isn't what the movie's about." So another rumor starts kind of floating around at this time, saying that Harry actually got paid more than Florence. This like kind of blows up a little bit, but Olivia is pretty quick to promptly shut this down and be like, "No, that's very much not my thing." And her being very open about feminist issues, everyone was like, okay, that makes sense. Like, There's no way she would let that happen, essentially. She also talks about Shia's firing a little bit more in that same interview. She says that, and I quote, "I say this as someone who is such an admirer of his work. His process was not conducive to the ethos that I demand in my productions. He has a process that, in some ways, seems to require a combative energy, and I don't personally believe that is conducive to the best performances." She also adds, "Ultimately, my responsibility is to the production and to the cast to protect them. That was my job."
So it sounds like she opened up saying you got to separate the art from the artist, or I admire him for the art
But
from
ultimately,
the
he was a
artist,
nightmare to work with.
but I still don't like the artist.
Yeah.
So she said one thing and then walked it right back.
Yes. She, like, kind of notoriously, she, on her sets, has said that she has, like, a no assholes policy. But I'm like, that low-key, like, the rumors about him being hard to work with have been around for a long time.
I guarantee you it wasn't a problem on Holes.
I don't know. I wasn't there. When did Holes even come out?
2006.
I'm gonna Google it right now. If you're right, this is gonna be crazy. Let's see.
2004, 2006.
2003. So I was 3.
You didn't say anything before you looked it up.
What?
You said you were 3.
I said I was 3.
You said that after you looked it up.
I know. I'm saying so I was 3 when it came out.
3 years old. Gotcha.
What is there 3 when I...
Like you said it was 2003.
Oh.
Like you guessed. And you...
Oh, no. I was 3. I was the youngest person ever at 3 years old. In kind of a twist in events, Shia actually responds to this. He sends an email to Variety, which is the same publication that published her interview saying that she fired him, saying that he had actually quit and it was due to a lack of rehearsal time. He also sent them emails, text messages, and a very damning video of Olivia.
Shia, I just went riding my horse, very sweaty, but I wanted to reach out because I feel like I'm not ready to give up on this yet, and I too am heartbroken, and I want to figure this out. And you know, I think this might be a bit of a wake-up call for Miss Flo, and I want to know if you're open to giving this a shot with me, with us. If she really commits, if she really puts her mind and heart into it at this point, and if you guys can make peace, and I respect your point of view, I respect hers, but if you guys can do it, what do you think? Is there hope? Is there hope? Will you let me know? Okay, bye.
Not great.
What's the most concerning thing?
Shia. And the Miss Flo.
Not her actively filming while driving.
Oh, that too.
She's looking at the camera, she's filming and driving. It's...
I was like, oh, the language. You're like, she's actively, like, committing a crime.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's
What?
fine. It's fine. No, it's not. But anyways, I think the bigger deals are she could have been trying to save, well, whatever was, this production, bringing on someone new, that late is, like, a whole nother battle. But also, personally, when I first saw that video, I was like, Miss Flo. Like, why are we talking about
Miss
like,
Flo
this
Rida.
Florence Pugh problem?
Yeah.
But
I
then
don't
you
know.
come out and say that he was making everyone uncomfortable.
Well, she said if the two of them can work it out, probably because Florence had problems with him.
Yeah. Yeah, so that video comes out, and it really, again, just does not help her at all. At the end of August, The Wrap reports that Florence will just be attending the Venice Film Festival premiere, and nothing else related to Don't Worry Darling after that. It's important to note that at this time, she was also filming Dune 2 in Budapest, so her schedule was actually
Who?
Florence.
She's in Dune?
Yeah, she's the princess that he has to marry.
What?
Yeah.
Was she in Dune 1?
No.
Oh, okay. That's why I haven't seen. Okay.
We've only seen Dune 2 once. We need to watch it again.
Wait, Dune 2 is out?
You're being silly.
No, like I don't remember it at all.
How do you not remember the Johnny riding on the worm?
That was in I thought that was in the first one. I think I really just mashed the two together.
If we weren't starting our Avatar: The Last Airbender rewatch, I'd be like, okay, we have to go Dune Head. I don't know if that's what their fans are called, but I feel like calling yourself like a Dune Head. I'm a
Not
Dooney.
not a Dooney.
That sounds like weird. I feel like are we gonna get in trouble for saying
A Dooney? I don't know.
it sounds like a dookie.
Uh,
Okay, let me Google. Oh, it's dog leashes?
or did you look it up on Urban Dictionary?
Squishmallow named Dooney.
I think you got to go to Urban Dictionary.
Okay, let's see.
It also depends how you spell it. I'm sure.
I'm trying different ways. Nothing. Anyways, back to Venice. Back to Venice. Let's go to Italy. The Venice premiere takes place on September 5th. And at the start of the day, Olivia Wilde, Harry Styles, Chris Pine, and Gemma Chan, who replaced Dakota Johnson, so she's the wife of the main guy.
Why wasn't Chris Pratt in this movie?
Pratt?
Yeah. He's in everything.
What was he doing in 2019?
I don't know. Not this.
Not this. He was stuck in
He was doing everything.
everything. I don't know why he wasn't in this. Probably because he's not that good. Anyways,
Ouch.
they are all there for a photo call and a press interview and some press interviews without Florence. And even though she's not there, which to me I'm like, boring, whatever. We do get this pretty iconic quote from Harry.
My favorite thing about the movie is like it feels like a movie. It feels like a real go to the theater, film, movie. You kind of the reason why you go to watch something on the big screen.
That's very well put.
You know what the hell?
That's very well put.
It feels like a movie.
I know when I get called on in class and I'm not paying attention, I answer in a very similar fashion.
Yeah. And like tea. Like it did feel I was watching a movie.
Dude.
Olivia actually gets asked about the alleged feud between her and Florence, to which she says, and I quote, "Florence is a force, and we are grateful that she's able to make it tonight despite being in production on Dune. I know as a director how disruptive it is to lose an actor even for a day, so I'm very grateful to her, to Denis I always mess up his name.
The Dune guy.
The Dune director, Denis
The head Dooney.
Villen. I'm sorry, Denis.
The head Dooney.
For helping us. And we're really thrilled we'll get to honor her work tonight. I can't say enough how honored I am to have her as our lead. She's amazing in this film."
It's telling me that if she started any beef with her, that she knows her career's done.
Yeah, because pretty much everybody's like, whatever Florence says right now is the truth. Whatever Olivia says is PR cleanup.
Yep.
I will say that during all the press events to which they were like, oh, Florence is like gonna fly in and walk the red carpet, but that's kind of it. Florence's stylist does post a pretty iconic little video of her strutting in a purple outfit in Venice. I'm gonna post it on our Instagram, so go to @a-couple-brain-cells-pod on Instagram. And it's just like her chilling in Venice while everybody's at the press conference. Just holding an Aperol Spritz. It's very cunty. Later that night, Florence does pose on the red carpet with the rest of the cast. Notably not taking any pictures with just her and Olivia or her and Harry. Also noteworthy, Florence's stylist also posts pictures. The stylists get real messy. Her in her carpet outfit, captioning it simply, Miss Flo.
Miss Flo?
Miss Flo.
That's her.
And you'd think that all the drama leading up to this the conversation would just be Florence and Olivia, what is happening, all that stuff. However, we get Spitgate.
Spitgate?
Yes.
Huh.
So as the cast is heading inside to watch the film, they're all taking their seats. They're being filmed by people, the press. And as Harry goes to sit down next to Chris Pine, some people say it looks like he spits on Chris. I personally have never seen what people see with this video, but I do want to get your take on it because maybe
you have to post all these videos.
They're going to be on our Instagram at @a-couple-of-brain-cells on Instagram.
So you can have like a reference post.
Yes. Okay, here's the video.
I see it.
Really?
You don't see it? I definitely saw that.
Let's see it.
He's got pursed lips that ultimately pucker out like someone's spitting. And Chris Pine seems to stop and look down at his lap. Like someone just spit on him.
Yeah.
From right up above him.
Instagram, you can't go just look up Harry Styles If you just look up Harry Styles spitting, it'll come up. Even though I'm personally in the camp that I don't think he spit.
You may not want that in your search history.
I want it in my searches. Anyways, I'm not feeling well because unfortunately the Avatar: Last Airbender movie got leaked, and I do need to speak my
Where
truth.
did this come from?
I'm just like thinking about it. I need to talk to everyone about it. And I've been being a good noodle and not watching the leak. However, TikTok has not made it easy for me. I've been seeing a lot of clips. And I'm of a certain mindset right now. I'm not well. Because Zuko.
Because of Zuko.
Zuko! Anyways, if you guys haven't seen, don't watch it till October, obviously, when it comes out, freaks.
Yeah, you're really hurting the artists that put their time into it.
Well, the thing is, they already got paid, hopefully, and Paramount, if you're listening, I resent you deeply for moving this from a theater release to a streaming release. I feel like that is why it got leaked, and I resent you for treating the Avatar: Last Airbender franchise as very throwawayable, because, like, I will be here for it.
I heard it got leaked because somebody sent it to the wrong email address.
Exactly! I feel like that wouldn't happen if it was in theaters.
Who transfers a movie by email address?
That too, I didn't think it was that easy.
Oh, I'm sure they sent a link to like a
People
download.
send documents and they're like, it's too big.
Yeah, they probably sent a link to a download.
It doesn't even have like a watermark on it. Anyways, back to the spit video. So Harry Styles possibly spits on Chris Pine. His rep did come out and say he didn't get spit on, but I will say people literally bring this up to this day. Remember that time he spit on Chris Pine? Remember that time?
Well, who would you pick, Chris Pine or Harry Styles?
How dare you?
Who has the bigger following?
Harry Styles, I guess, but...
Yeah, so most people probably stand by him and say Chris Pine deserved it or something.
No, people are like, that was rude of him.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is kind of surprising.
I figured the hairballs would stand by
The hairballs?
Harry Styles. Yeah.
We're just called Harrys.
Hairballs. That's way better.
So,
I'll meet you in the middle. You can be called Harry Balls.
okay. So after the Venice Film Festival, Olivia reiterates in another interview that Shia was indeed fired and points to Florence allegedly being uncomfortable with him. She also addresses rumors that she was love-struck and distracted on set because of her relationship with Harry. She says, and I quote, "The idea that I had 5 seconds in the day to be distracted by anything is laughable. I was there before everyone. I was there after everyone. And it was a dream." So that was a really big thing going around at this time. There was a rumor going around that basically she was off running around with Harry so much that Florence essentially took over directing the movie just to get it done.
There's no way, because it would have looked way better.
She also goes on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert and addresses the Shia mess again by saying maybe there was like a miscommunication in his leaving. Maybe she thinks that she fired him. He thinks that he left. It was kind of just semantics. She also addresses Spitgate and says Harry did not spit on Chris.
Did Harry ever say that he didn't spit on Chris?
I don't know.
Because if Chris said he was never spit on and Olivia said Harry never spit on, what did Harry say?
I don't know, because also at
like
this time I was dancing around at his concert. So.
I feel like that says a lot if Harry didn't say anything. Because I feel like if he didn't spit, he'd be the first one to say it.
Well,
because if he did spit and it found out that that's a lie, that'd be a problem.
Let's see. Did Harry ever? Guys, I know I'm Googling a lot of stuff. I promise I did like 8 hours of research. Yes. At his Madison Square Garden concert, he said, "I just popped very quickly to Venice to spit on Chris Pine."
Really?
Yeah. That's funny.
So he actually said it.
Oh my gosh.
It's confirmed that Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine.
I think he was joking.
He's being facetious.
Okay. Finally, this fucking movie's coming out. This movie that, like, all of us have been talking about, but nobody has actually seen it. On release day, Olivia shares a photo of her with Harry and Florence. Florence shares a collage of photos from the set. One of them being a scene between her and Olivia. And of course, an article is released the same day by Vulture in which a source claims that the set environment was volatile due to Olivia's frequent and unexplained absences. It also claimed that Florence and Olivia got into a screaming match with each other, and that higher-ups from Warner Brothers had to mediate between them.
It's always fun being a adult, having other adults tell you how to behave.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in that world, it's the ones who can tell you how to behave have more money. And that's the only way you listen to them.
Well, the day after this is released, 40 crew members do release a joint statement saying that there was never a screaming match or any unprofessional behavior on set. The movie ends up making about $87 million worldwide off of a $35 million budget. As far as we know, internally, allegedly,
Wait, what were those budget numbers again?
They made $87 million worldwide off of a $35 million budget.
Oh, that's nothing. That's dangerous.
No, that's fine.
Because usually those budgets for production don't include marketing budgets. And those can be in the tens of millions.
Well,
and legal budgets for everything else that went on.
Said it did fine. So as far as we know, like internally, there was some chatter about higher-ups being upset with how Olivia handled specifically the Shia aspect of it all. But that was kind of it.
Shia.
Here's a quick recap of where everybody's at right now. Harry and Olivia broke up in November of 2022, so pretty soon after the movie came out, which did not help with the whole PR relationship kind of thing going on. Harry is getting ready currently to go on tour for his new album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally.
Right now.
And has not done much acting since this film.
No, wasn't he going to be in Marvel?
Yes, that's why I said much acting. He was in a Marvel end credit scene.
Did he do much acting in Don't Worry, Darling?
Anyways.
There was a good reason they sent him away every day.
Okay.
And it focused on Florence.
My favorite part was when he had an American accent on the outside and a British accent on the inside, which he conveniently was on the inside more.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Pretty much, Anyways. Florence has... Harry, I love you. Harry, I love you. Anyways, Florence has steadily been working, and will be appearing in both Avengers Doomsday and Doom Part 3, which are premiering the same day this year. Gag City for Amelia.
Talked about booked and busy.
I know. I love Florence. I'll watch anything she's in. Shia was recently seen in Rome screaming at a woman who's trying to mind her business on the street. And Olivia, her next film, we actually saw a trailer for when we saw the drama recently. It's called The Invite. It has Seth Rogen in it. And that is, she'll be directing and starring in that as well. And it'll come out this July.
I'd watch it.
It looked pretty interesting.
Yeah. Seth Rogen tends to carry movies.
So what do we think about all this production mess?
It's reflected in the media.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely see it in the movie. When people don't get along, you're not going to have the best production and the best appearance through and through. And I can imagine as it's probably tough for Olivia to be in the whole situation, to see the guy you like be so up and up on a gorgeous woman like Florence Pugh.
Okay.
I was sure, and even worse is that Olivia's telling him to. Which I think is more interesting, right? Because she's directing
That's kind of Freak City.
But like directing it, and then you get mad about it or jealous about it.
Okay. Here.
I think now it's starting to come back to me. I'm starting to remember this.
Really?
So I think I made the same point once upon a time. Was she's telling her man to go after another woman? There's a name for that with inverse genders.
I'm pretty sure it's a cuck no matter what.
Is it?
But also, there's no proof to what you're saying, that she was mad, that she was like cooking herself. There's no proof to that. So you want to hear what I think? This is why I have a podcast. Do you want to hear what I think?
Yeah. You asked me what I think.
Do you want to hear what I think?
I'd be curious.
I think this movie was kind of a mess.
You think it was. Okay.
I think that mess brought some weird energy. I think there was some disorganization going on. And I do think there was just general frustration about how the actual production was going.
Yeah.
Because it seems like, from talking about it, Olivia really highlighting, like, those more sexual elements versus, like, the movie's about, like, incels. You know? Like, the movie's about, like, how dangerous men can be, and you're gonna highlight, like, that I enjoyed sex with them once, that kind of thing, you know? I think that created a lot of, like, there was a lot of what we call creative differences, which a lot of people lie about. But I think this was a real case of creative differences, and I think it just bled over. And then so much chatter online does affect how people act in real life. And so I think everybody was overwhelmed, and I do think the movie was not as good as it probably could have been.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't.
It's a really interesting concept.
It wasn't far from being good. You know, I think it was within arm's reach of being good. I think they really just dropped the ball. With some of the spots where it's trying to be like mind trippy.
Yeah.
I just felt like those had no place in it, and then the ending was really abrupt too. Which if you took out all the mind trippy stuff, the eyeballs, the synchronized swimmers, the arms, and all that stuff, and you put it in ending instead, for when she wakes back up, I think that would have gained it, 1 to 2 points on a out of 10 scale.
Yeah.
My book.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have for you, my lover.
Do you want to rate the movie?
Sure. Wait, let me see if I rated it in Letterboxd ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna rate it right now.
I'm gonna see if I have like an original or like from when I first watched it, because I had Letterboxd for a while.
I'd give it a 5.5.
Out of what?
10.
Okay.
Out of 7.6. I don't know.
See, I had
Typically out of 10.
this movie.
Read this review from 5 years ago.
I'm trying to find the OG review. Hold on. I gave it a 2.5 stars.
Okay, so we're pretty aligned there.
And my review was, the way this felt. It doesn't say any of that. I don't know what is going on with my brain today. My actual review says, the way this started so good, then completely fell apart. ... Sigh. Love Florence though, of course.
No mention of Harry.
No mention of Harry.
Yeah. It's almost
love
like
you,
when
Harry.
you look at the 2 lead roles, and you gave it a 50% on the score, it's kind of a testament to that.
Yeah.
Only half of the lead roles were good.
I mean, no. Stop it! You're baiting me into saying these things.
You rated it what you did.
No. Okay. Well, thank you all for listening to another episode. We're so grateful. All the sources will be in the description. And like I said, please give our socials a follow. We have an
Instagram.
Instagram. I promise I'm not 100 years old. We have an Instagram and
TikTok.
You can just look up a couple of brain cells.
YouTube Shorts.
We have a YouTube channel that I'm working on it.
We're making YouTube Shorts.
I don't know what to do yet. So if you have any ideas on what we should post other than on Instagram, I have just our carousel. I add some photos and some of the videos that I showed Kyle in there. But on TikTok and stuff, let us know.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. Talk to you later. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.